Let's now discuss the elements that constitute the FIDO technology. So FIDO happens in two locations, the client and the server. On the client, there needs to be something called Authenticator, a FIDO Authenticator. And this is hardware that has the capability to perform cryptographic operations needed by FIDO. These operations could be the creation of keys, the actual use of those keys, how they are stored, and so on. The next element is the client. The client is what glues together the relying party and the authenticator, because FIDO is defined as a layered architecture, right? So you cannot cross boundaries. You talk to the RP talks to the client and the client talks to the authenticator. So it's a layered design. The client typically it's a browser supported by the operating system. The client, the way that it communicates or integrates with the authenticator is by something defined in FIDO called CTAP. That today stands in version 2. So this is client to authenticator protocol. So this tells how the client can integrate with the authenticator. So it's the contract. Now the relying party typically is some JavaScript, and the way that it communicates to the client is by using something that FIDO calls web auth n. So this is a set of APIs that tells the RP how to integrate with the client. And both together, CTAP and WebAuthn, both together is what is called FIDO version 2. That's for the client side. For the server, there's a need for a FIDO server because at the end of the day, what happens on the client needs to be honored by the server. So the server has the choice whether they want to proceed with the FIDO operation that happened on the client or it refuses to continue. And one source of information for making the decision is could be the metadata service that is provided by the FIDO Alliance. This metadata is nothing else other than some JSON file, but what matters is that for every registered authenticator under the FIDO Alliance, they have metadata that describe the capabilities and metadata in general about that authenticator that might be used by the FIDO server to find out, A, what are the characteristics of this authenticator to make a decision whether the server really wants to continue or not, because it's basically a trust decision. How much do I trust this authenticator given the how sensitive this whatever is happening on the client is. So the FIDO server has a choice. And just to conclude this, the way that this flows is typically the RP requesting the client to do something, going to the authenticator, the output coming back, then that output coming from the authenticator and the client passed to the server verifies that data. It could use the metadata service just to validate and to make a decision on whether it wants to proceed or not with this FIDO operation.